East Podcast, WATP.
On St. Patrick's Day, this past Sunday, Kevin Brennan comes on his show, and he's doing a solo show, Misery Loves Company. And
even though he loves company.
Oh, he has a new green screen, and he's showing it off. He's very impressed with himself here.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now we have to show you the most embarrassing episode of Kevin Brennan's program ever produced, I think. I don't even know what to say. He went out and bought one of those green screens that you attach to your chair. You don't need to hang up a green wall behind you anymore to remove the background. We are post green screen. So when Kevin runs out and buys a green cloth to hook onto his chair with wires and Velcro, you better believe we're laughing. And he feels so proud. And I'm not kidding you. The reason he's doing this is to make his show look more professional. He thinks this looks more professional.
Because of St. Patrick's Day. Also, I got a green screen.
Look how happy he is.
Now, look, my theory is that he's moving or something. My theory is that he's moving. Again, the TV on the media cart, off the wall, mounted on the wall, taken off the wall, the dresser moved out, the dresser moved in. I don't know what's going on. That's been going on for months. TV mounted on the wall, TV unmounted from the wall, dresser in the room, dresser not in the room. So what's going on? I don't know. But my theory is he's had enough of people looking at it and examining it and commenting on it. And now he's going to hide everything from everybody with this cool green screen. And then, of course, he's picked the same background Adam uses, like a dope recording studio, because it looks cool.
So I want to point something out here. And I only know about this because I made the same mistake. I don't use a green screen, as you guys know. But when I go down to our studios in the South, WATP South Studios in Florida, I do put up a green screen.
What?
I know. Can you believe it? And when I first did it, Kevin uses StreamYard. I use StreamYard. When I first did it, I had the same green glow coming off of my head that Kevin does. You got the ring light at your face and then the green screen, it's bouncing back. And the reason why is because in StreamYard, you don't just put in there that you have a fake background that you want to include. You also have to go to another setting and say, I have a green screen. And what that does is it tells the software to get rid of anything green on the screen. There should not be anything green emanating from anything if you are using a green screen. That's embarrassing. And you can tell that the software is not sure what to take out because you can't see his microphone and how it's coming into his face. So it's just pulling out different things. He looks terrible. And look at the shit-eating grin on his face.
He's so happy.
He's like, I'm finally a professional podcaster.
Look at me. Look what I
Good
did.
luck stopping me now. I got a green screen.
And again, he's grinning like a kid with a toy.
Buddy.
Yeah, people were saying Kevin looks like he's Mr. Burns in that episode where Mr. Burns is glowing green.
The episode where Mr. Burns is glowing green. He's coming out of the forest.
Yeah. I bring you love.
Drifting in and out of the forest.
Green. It's green. Look at my head is a little green. I don't give a
Look at the grin on his face. He's like mesmerized. He's like, whoa, this is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, Carl's going to have a field day with this. Whoa. Whoa.
fuck. Adam will fix that. I did it without Adam's help.
Yeah, he constantly is bragging that he did this without Adam's help.
We could tell. We could definitely tell.
He's like
didn't
a
ask for any
divorced
pointers.
dad that made dinner.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the French fries I just put in the oven, but all the other stuff I made myself. It's very impressive. So this is just a funny aside with Patrick Melton. We did the creep off yesterday, and we've been doing this results girl tryout contest thing, and Redhead Meg came on, and I was promoting WTP Live because this Friday, March 22nd, we'll be live in Largo with the guys from Revenge of the Sis. And you should go to WTPLive.com to get your tickets. So I was promoting that on the Creep Off, and Meg says, well, there's also Hackamania. We're not trying to confuse people. One marketing message at a time. That's how advertisements work.
Let's go in order, please.
Yeah, one thing. We're gonna
Yeah.
dilute the
Talk about
message.
SummerSlam before Royal Rumble's
Correct.
over.
Exactly. That was my point. So Patrick Melton, I guess somebody pulled clips of that and sent it to Patrick. He's like, people want us to be fighting, Carl, because they sent me the clip of you saying not to promote Hackamania. So fucking funny.
Looks like it. It looks like shit. He keeps waving his arm because it disappears. This is a child. He thinks it looks awesome.
It's incredible. What a difference. What a difference. I got so sick of my backdrop. I thought it was like unprofessional. People are like, you got
Yeah, that was the problem. With the show, Kevin.
Yeah, let's
the
start
backdrop.
there.
He came on his show today and he's like, well, my guest isn't going to be here because her friend died in a very tragic way. I don't want to say. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, yeah, so if someone hadn't committed suicide, I would have had a guest on my show today. It's like, oh my Christ.
to get better guests. I'm like, I don't even have a fucking background yet. So I think I was like, you want to invite people to your house. But it's like, I got to fix my house first.
It makes sense.
So I
that,
really think
Oh, go ahead,
it
Chris.
makes sense that he's coaching Joey Mattress.
Right. And we got to talk about Joey Mattress in a second, too.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
he's been thinking a lot about payments, guests, all that stuff. He remembers what his podcast used to be. All this stuff with the falling out of Ray and Stevie and Hackamania and Pat and all this has got him thinking, and reminiscing. And now he's thinking about, like, what has my show become? How can I take it up a notch? How can I get this show back to its glory days of professional guests? And he says, I knew I had to, like, make my show look more professional in order to attract more guests. Kevin finally has the technology from 10 years ago in his studio, and he's like, this is great. This is awesome. And it's like, is it?
All right, so that's a fun video. But you brought up Joe Matarese. And Joe Matarese, of course, we presented this on the most recent podcast. He quit podcasting, went on an MLC. Kevin convinced him to just keep doing it. So then he went on his Patreon, said, I'm back. We're going to do it once a week live. More details to come. And of course, I signed up for his Patreon. I was very excited about this. So the other day, he was going to go live on his show. And here it is. The Joe Matarese Show, spontaneous live from Atlantic City with new info. And the problem is that this was Sunday at 2 p.m. and it hasn't started yet.
Oh,
It still hasn't started yet.
and that's weird because he's up on his text stuff.
Yeah. So it just seems odd to me that it never happened. He said it was going to happen and then it didn't happen.
With new info. What a tease.
I know, right? What's
I'm
the
gonna
new
tell you
info? I
stuff.
need to know this info.
He
So
also got a green screen.
maybe he got a green screen. So then I go to his website. I'm like, what is going on with this guy? And on the website right here, Patreon announcement. Welcome. I just started the Patreon. Great. What's going on Patreon? Nothing. It's gone. I'm a member and his Patreon is gone. I went over to his page. I was just like, all right, is there a new podcast yet for us? What can we check out over here? He nuked it all again.
Maybe he's outsmarting you.
Took your money.
And he's got some singers, man. I got to give it to him. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.